Hello everyone, it's me Sean. This is part 4 of my Python course, and today we're going to learn about operators, and here's what you'll learn. So without further ado, let's start coding. Now create a new file. Here's how we're going to do all our coding. So let's start. I'm going to create a variable x, which is equal to 10, and a variable y, which is equal to 15. Now you're going to learn how to use your first operator, that is the addition operator. To use the addition operator, you just have to type the first number, the plus sign, then the second number, in our case x plus y. Let's print this value out. Let's save the file and run it. As you can see in the output, we have 25, which is x plus y, 10 plus 15. Now we can also store this value into a variable. So I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna create a new variable z, which is equal to x plus y. Now we can print the value of z instead of x plus y. So let's run the program, and you can see we have the same result. Great. So this is how the addition operator works. Now let's learn about the subtraction operator. The subtraction operator just subtracts these two numbers. Now we can see we get minus 5 because 10 minus 15 is equal to minus 5. Now I'm going to try to get a positive integer, for example x minus 2, which is 10 minus 2, which is equal to 8. As you can see, we get 8. Now let me show you another example where I subtract x from y, which is y minus x. Now let's run the program, and we can see we get 15 minus 10, which is 5. Next we're going to learn about the multiplication operator. The multiplication operator in Python is the asterisk symbol, which is above your 8. To type it, we use shift plus 8. Now let's multiply y by x, which is y plus the asterisk symbol plus an x. Now we can see we get 150, which is 10 into 15. Let's learn about the division operator. The division operator in Python is the slash, the forward slash, which is below the question mark. To use the division operator, we just type the first number, a slash, and the second number, in our case y slash x. Let's run the program. We can see we get 1.5, which is 15 divided by 10. Let me show you another example. Here I'm going to divide 10 by x, which is 10 divided by 10. As you guessed it, we get the answer as 1. But there's something strange here. We get this 1.0 for some reason. This is because the division operator always returns a floating point number. The next operator we're going to learn about is the exponent operator. For example, I want to multiply 2 by itself 3 times, like 2 into 2 into 2. I can do this by typing that, but I can also type 2 raised to 3. The exponent operator in Python is this 2 asterisk symbol. For example, I want to type x raised to y. Then I would type x, 2 asterisks and y. I'm gonna change the value of x and y to 2 and 2, just for calculation purposes. Let's save the file, and we can see we get 4, because x is multiplied by itself 2 times, which is 2 into 2. I'll show you another example where I type 2 raised to 3. This means that 2 is getting multiplied by itself thrice, which is 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to 8. Let's see if our answer is correct. Let's run the file, and we can see we get 8. Let me show you another example, guys. I'm gonna type 3 raised to 3. This means that 3 is getting multiplied by itself 3 times. So it is 3 into 3 into 3, which is 27. Now let's run the file and see if it works. And we can see we get 27 just as expected. Now I'm going to show another example where I type 10 raised to 10. The answer to this is just 1 with 10 zeros. Let's see if it's correct. Now you can see we get the correct answer. The next operator I'm going to show you is the floor division operator. Remember last time when we divided, we always used to get a floating point number. The floor division operator always returns an integer. For example, if I say 10 divided by 10, we get 1 with no zeros. Let me show you another example. I'm going to change x to 14 and I'm going to set y to 3. Now let's run the program and see what happens. We can see that we get 4. Why is this so? So what is 14 divided by 3? Let's open up the calculator and let's see what 14 divided by 3 is. 14 divided by 3 is equal to 4.6 and so on. So what floor division does is it takes the lower whole number and returns it. Now here the lower whole number is 4, therefore it returns 4. I'll show another example where I also divide x by y. Let's divide x by y and also print it. You can see the value of z, which is the floor division operation, as 4 and a, which is the division operator, as 4.66. So floor division always returns an integer while division always returns a floating point number. Just keep that in mind. I'm gonna show you another example where I changed the values of x and y to 10 and 10. Let's run the program and you can see that we get 1 and 1.0. Now we're gonna learn about the order of operations. This is super important and I'm gonna show you why. Now I'm gonna create two variables x and y. Both of them are equal to 10 and 20 respectively. Now let's do some calculations with these two variables. I'm gonna create a new variable z, which is equal to, say, x plus 10 divided by y plus 15. Now let's try to predict the output here. We're gonna add 10 to 10 and divide it by 20 plus 15, which is 20 divided by 35. It is roughly around 0.57. Now let's see if we are right. Let's run the program. We can see that we are wrong. It is 25.5. Why is this so? This is because Python follows a specific order of operations. In our case, it first divides 10 by y, then adds x plus 15. But to get our desired result, what do? In Python, we can use parentheses. Parentheses are in the highest order in the order of operations. I will talk about that in a bit, but just hold on here. If we surround the addition with parentheses, we can get the desired result, or the result we expected. You can see we get 0.5714 and blah blah blah. To remember the order of operations, we can use the short form PEMDAS, which stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction. You can notice that I put parentheses around MD and AS. This is because multiplication is not higher than division, nor is division higher than multiplication. The first one which comes in the line gets executed first. Same for addition and subtraction, they both are in the equal position in the order of operations. Whichever comes first in the line gets executed first. Now here's an example, guys. I'm going to create a new variable x, which is equal to 2, a new variable y, which is equal to 5, a new variable z, which is equal to 5 raised to 2 plus 10. Now let's print z and see what the output is. Before we run the program, let's try to predict the output. So we know that parentheses gets executed first. Here we do not have any parentheses. Next is the exponents. We do have one exponent here, which is 5 raised to 2. So let's do that first. 5 raised to 2 is equal to 25. Then multiplication and division, there's no multiplication and division here. And last, addition and subtraction, and we do have addition here, which is plus 10. So our predicted output is supposed to be 25 plus 10, which is 35. Let's run the program and see if we are correct. And as you can see, we get 35. Now what if you want to do the 2 plus 10 first? Remember that in Python, the parentheses gets executed first. So we can wrap the 2 plus 10 in parentheses. Now let's run the file and see what is the output. We can see that we get this very large number here. I do not know if this is correct, but 5 raised to 12 is indeed a very large number. You can verify this later. Now I'm going to show you another example. Instead of this equation here, I'm going to write 2 raised to 5 into 2. Now I want you all to pause the video and try to predict the output. Then play it again to see if your answer is right. We get the answer 64. I hope your answer was correct. This is because 2 raised to 5 is 32 and multiplied by 2 is 64. Now I'm going to show you a few more examples just to make sure that you are clear with the concept. Here the addition is done last, so therefore we have this whole equation, which is 64 plus 2, which is equal to 66. Now I'm gonna show another example. Try to predict the output again. We can see we get the answer 128. This is because 2 raised to 5 is equal to 32 and the equation in the bracket is 4. Therefore 32 into 4 is equal to 128. Let's verify that, and we can see we get 128. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.